some of the issues the ministry had with people and process, I'd like to know, what are the principal bottlenecks you face in dealing with record holders that routinely cause you delays? Is it the coordination between the two offices? Is that the record holders are off-site? You have to spend a lot of time waiting for courier or mail packages? Or is it actually just the scanning and the photocopying of documents? Or are there other reasons that cause delays? Okay, it looks just like the scanning and the photocopying of the documents provide the biggest bottleneck in the process. I'll give it a few more minutes, or seconds, sorry. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's the scanning and the photocopying of the documents. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so now that we've reviewed some of what your bottlenecks are, let me ask you a slightly different question. Once you've received those documents, what are some of the challenges you face? So is it that there's duplication of the documents? Is it lack of recommendations or notes? Is that maybe the advice isn't correct? Is it incomplete or irrelevant documents, or are there other challenges that you face? Okay. Give another couple seconds. Looks like it's pretty varied. Maybe, yeah, I guess it's kind of surprising most people don't give improper advice, which I guess is a good thing. Looks like there's a lot of duplication. That's the winner. Okay, great, thank you. Okay. So because the ministry made these changes to their people and process, and they still weren't meeting their targets, the agency realized that they needed help. And that's when they came to Privasoft. So first, MOE implemented Access Pro Case Management as a case tracking system to track, manage, and report on the requests that they received. Next, they added Access Pro Redaction to replace the manual redaction of documents. And recently, and why we've brought you online today, they rolled out with Access Pro Workgroup to all of their regional and district offices to enable electronic document retrieval and workflow tracking with these regional record holders. So Workgroup is a web-based application, and it's used by the record holders to collaborate with the core Freedom of Information processing team in the document review process. So, through Access Pro Workgroup, the users can scan documents at the source, make electronic recommendations for redactions, and send the responsive material in digital format back to the central office. And this is all tracked the entire time through case management. So through this collaborative environment, Access Pro Workgroup can increase the capacity of any office by streamlining the data gathering and consultation process. And it really helps to accelerate all types of internal reviews and keeps reviews on track and on time to meet deadlines. So now we want to give you a little peek at Access Pro Workgroup. So as you know, our presentation today has a specific focus on the results that can be achieved by using Workgroup. And I'd like to take some time here just to show you how it works. So Workgroup, like I said, is completely web-based. So your record holders in the regional offices, they would just log into it using a browser like Internet Explorer, just like they would with any secure web application. Once you've successfully logged in, you'll be taken to an overview page, and this gives you a quick synopsis of the tasks that have been assigned to you. This is really useful for a workgroup administrator who is tasked with managing the various document retrievals or search requests that are coming in to their field office. and it really allows them to make sure that the appropriate individuals are working on the specific retrieval request. The administrator can also ensure that the search requests are relevant to the information that they hold in their office and that the requests are being processed based on priority and urgency. So the interface that you can see here acts like a home page to Workgroup by providing access to all of the required functions to perform the document retrieval. And after getting a quick glimpse of the task, the first thing a user might want to do is to check out the active search requests. And they can do that by clicking on the Active Actions link on the left-hand side, you can see. Here you will see the active requests categorized into 4 common sections. You can see new tasks, record search, search complete, and approval pending. So these sections are pretty self-explanatory. For example, all the new search requests will be displayed in the new tasks section. And those that have a record search that's in progress will appear in the record search bucket. And those search requests for which records have already been found will be in the search complete section. The one thing I want to highlight here is that the categories are based on best practices, and they can be modified to meet your organization's specific needs. So since we're on the topic of document retrieval tasks, I just have a question to ask you. So once a document retrieval task has been assigned, what's the nature of communication between your main freedom of information or access to information team and your record holders? Is a lot of time spent providing clarifications? Is it getting status updates from the record holder? Is it giving alerts or reminders on certain aspects? Is it getting recommendations for fees? Or are there other reasons that you communicate with your record holders? Okay, it looks like the big one is providing clarifications, just the back and forth. Okay, great. Get back to the presentation now. So getting back to Workgroup, a Workgroup user can also look at his or her assigned tasks by clicking on the My Assigned Tasks section. But here, too, the search requests are categorized on common statuses. You here, like there's the late section. So right here, we're logged in as an administrator, and you can see that the administrator can look at the pending tasks that have been assigned to the entire office. They're able to get the big picture view of what's going on to make sure that their operation is running smoothly. And in cases where your record holders receive a large number of search requests, there's also some extensive search capability here. But we'll come back to that later on. Okay, so now that we've familiarized ourselves with the different categorizations, groupings, and views, let's just show you how a typical search request is processed by the record holders. So as we mentioned earlier, the starting point for Workgroup is actually through our Access Pro Case Management product. So using this, an analyst would send out a search or retrieval request to the appropriate record holder in case management. So this search request now becomes a new assignment for the record holder. And it will show up in their new tasks category. Okay. And you'll see it under the active requests section for the record holder. They'll see the new search request that has come in. And at this point, the Workgroup user will review the details of the search request, and if everything looks good,